Hello, my dear friends from CIAAD Boomerang. We're in Mexico City. I'm Rosemary Martinez, and I'm thrilled to be with you for the next 15 minutes. And I want to share with you how to become a creative entrepreneur in these moments of crisis. So this is something you definitely don't want to miss, because it's how you can use your creativity to create a business and what is stopping you from achieving it. One of the first things we have to realize is that we're now living in great moments of change, moments that require us to reinvent ourselves and reconceive our minds and our reality more than ever. But many times we think, how on earth can I change my reality? How can I change everything around me? And to be honest, well, we really can't. We can't change everything around us, but we can change one thing, and we can change how we perceive reality and how we react to it and how we decide to change it in spite of everything. Our creative mind has been given to us to change our world. Human beings have become what we are thanks to our creative mind. So it is thanks to that we can reconceive our lives, reconceive our minds to change reality. So that's why we have our creative minds, in order to help us solve our problems. Now, the only difference is that designers actually make a living on solving problems. So that's what makes us creative entrepreneurs. Sometimes a situation may take us by surprise and we actually think we're ready. Now, a creative entrepreneur will not only solve the situation, but it will actually turn that situation into an opportunity. But not only into an opportunity, but it will actually turn it into a business opportunity. That ability of adding value to a situation, to a problem, is what makes designers designers. Now, am I really ready to take my creativity to another level? I mean, probably we've studied a lot and we know a lot about design, but are we really capable of taking our creativity to a situation where we can actually change and transform difficulties into opportunities? The truth is that although we may be very, very creative, we are stopping ourselves. Our fears are stopping ourselves. I mean, what will people say? I feel insecure. I feel like a fraud. What will happen if I succeed? What if they laugh at me? What if? All those fears inside of us stop us from achieving what we really, really want to create as creative entrepreneurs. So we need to redesign ourselves in 3 different levels. 1, be you, discover yourself. I mean, it's so important that you really understand who you are, what your talents are. What fears actually stop you? Can you give them a name? Do you know where they came from? Do you know what voice you could give them, or is there personality you could give those fears to be able to see them in a different perspective? You need to know who you are. You need to understand your mind, and you need to understand what is actually stopping you from achieving again and again all the dreams you want to achieve. It is so important that you discover your talents, your unique talents. You are different from anybody, from everybody around the world. It's only you and your talents and your situation and your history and your moment in life. So you have to discover them. And sometimes it's difficult because it's difficult to see the label of the jar if you're sitting inside the jar. So sometimes we are quite unable to see them because we've lived with our talents all our life. And we need other people to come and tell us what we're good at. Otherwise, we don't really believe them. And because they're things we've been born with, we can't really set them aside and value them as something we have learned. Because it's so easy to say, well, I've learned this. I'm a designer, I'm an architect, I'm an interior designer, I'm a graphic designer. It's easy to say you are that because you actually studied it. So you can give that a unique value and space in your mind. But your talents, how can you tell that you're good at something unless you really stop and analyze yourself? So your talents, I can tell you that your talents have been given to you to solve your life with. They're your special superpower kit. And that's how you're going to design your life. And that's how you are actually going to redesign or solve the problems in your life through your talents. So it's so important that you actually discover what you are uniquely good at. You need to control your mind. Your mind is one of the hardest things to control. And once you've controlled your mind, you have controlled the universe, you've controlled the world. Because no matter what happens, you will always be at peace, you will always be in equilibrium, and you will always find the right way of solving your problems. So control your mind, control your anxiety, control your fears, control your anger, control your depression, and then everything else will fall into its right and unique place. Level 2, communicate efficiently. If you want to go far as a creative entrepreneur, you need to learn to inspire people. You need to learn how to inspire people through your designs, through your work, through your personality, through your ability to inspire others. Because then you will create teamwork and you will have other people wanting to actually be with you rather than not being with you. Work in teams. The solo days are over. And now when we want to achieve greater projects, projects that actually change the way we conceive the world, we actually have to bring in lots and lots of different talents together. And it's your ability to direct them and bring them together into one project that will make the entire difference. If you are solo, you will only be able to do a certain amount of projects. But if you have the ability of creating teams and directing them and inspiring them with your own idea and vision of a project, then you will create magic. Level 3, turn your idea into a business. We all have wonderful ideas. I love a friend of mine that said we all have ideas. They're like belly buttons. We all have one. But the idea is, who can change those ideas into a business, into something that actually creates wealth? And that's where the unique entrepreneurs come in. One of the most important parts of changing an idea into business is that you actually have to make your idea competitive. And in order to do that, you have to understand the mega trends. What's coming? What's going to be happening? How is the society going to be changing? And how are they going to be reacting to new ideas? What's going to be in and what's going to be out? And how can you make your idea in rather than out? Designers need to learn how to charge properly. We really need to learn, because I know so many designers that would just rather do things for free than not do it at all. So it's important. I know so many designers that are just going bankrupt because they don't know how to price their work properly. Control your time. I mean, designers, we think in such abstract ways. So many times our time just goes off into infinity and beyond, and we don't know when to stop and when to continue, because we can always make our ideas better. So then we never know exactly when to stop. And it's so important that we learn how to control our time, control what we do, and when to stop and when to continue. Create an action plan. Create an action plan. I mean, start with your idea, how you can start organizing your idea and spend lots and lots of time organizing your idea. So then you just have to execute it efficiently until the end. I know in many Latin countries, sometimes we sort of design as we go along and things and projects just go on to infinity and beyond. So it's important to create an action plan, to think of business as a design and learn to be businessmen, businesswomen when design is concerned. Isolated knowledge, I mean, knowing a little bit of everything in our lives doesn't really add value. The true value comes when we start joining the dots, like Steve Jobs said. And that tying up of the dots is what gives us experience. And that experience is what literally creates the magic in the end. Life is truly a sum of our decisions. And it's the sum of the good decisions and the bad decisions. And it's not so much what happens to us in life, but what we actually decide to do with those things that happen. I mean, you could be given a very, very bad set of cards and play a brilliant game, or really have a very good game and play them very, very poorly. As a creative mind, since I was little, I've always loved to experiment with lots of different types of creativity. I started with art, and then I started working as a textile designer and creating many, many prints for textiles. And then after that, I got a little bit bored of just creating something that was just merely beautiful. I wanted something that could impact our hearts and how we actually live in society, and how we and the symbols and meaning behind of all those drawings. So I decided to study graphic design and actually add symbolism into all those drawings. And I started doing identity. I started working with many, many companies. And shortly afterwards, I decided to do interior design. It all happened. A client asked me, could you do the interior design of a restaurant? I said, yes, of course. And I had never done anything like that before. And it turned out to be a huge success. I started mixing art with graphic design, with interior designing, like breaking the boundaries between design, writing design with a capital D, which is what I love. I mean, I feel like in CIAAD, all design works together to create one big design, and that's what I love. I don't like to do graphics or textiles or interior design, but everything for me is solving problems, solving problems in a different, unique, visual way that can actually inspire people and help clients be more prosperous in their projects. And I love the idea that these designs can actually help them become better clients, better businesses. And as a result of these 35 years of breaking the barriers between design, I have ended up giving conferences and online courses. I started this wonderful online course to inspire designers to work with their talents and learn to be more competitive with them. And this is something I've done recently that I want to share with you. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? What makes you unique? What makes you competitive? What makes your heart sing? What makes you unique from everybody else? You have to find that. You have to find what is your part in this world. What is your part in design? What are all your talents? How can you bring them all together to make a unique offer that is only you? And that is what I want to share with you. Make magic with your life, because this is the only life you have. I mean, I don't know, we might reincarnate or not. I'll tell you if we do, but make magic with your life. That's what you have it for. And make something that you will feel proud of, and make something that can inspire others when you're gone. And do something that will make your heart sing. My dear creative friend, make magic with your life. That's what you have it for. Make magic. And I would love to help you if you wish to join the course, to join the lectures we're giving, to inspire creative minds around the world, to use our talents to transform, inspire, catalyze economy, and catalyze this inspiring talent you have to make this world a little bit better. Thank you so much. Contact me, rosemarymartinez.com.